I'm Mikala. I'm a young adult intern and worship intern here at the church. Just had a quick announcement for you before we get to our thought for the day. There are vegetables available tomorrow at the church. There'll be a trailer in the parking lot with beets, onions, and some other vegetables. You can come self-serve. It's all free. You're available to take it for your neighbors and for your own family, so please come and enjoy that. I just wanted to give you a little update on some of our young adults and what we tend to do when we're not in quarantine. There's around 30 of us that meet regularly on Fridays to study the Bible. On Mondays we also play volleyball at the gym or in the summer at the parks. We're a pretty outgoing group, welcoming to new people, and we get them involved in our small discussion groups. So lately we've been doing a series on David Platt, on how to live as disciples of Jesus, really discovering what that means in the day-to-day life, and what counting the cost of being his followers looks like. One of the passages we've been discovering is Luke 9:23, talking about denying ourselves daily and taking up his cross and following him. The second passage we've been discussing is Matthew 28 in the Great Commission, where it talks about going out and making disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And Jesus promises to be with us to the end of the age. We wanted to take a look at these two passages realistically, and within the correct historical context, but not allow them to be dumbed down into the Christian jargon that we kind of use and speak regularly. We've seen a real outpouring of response from the young adults as they are challenged in facing their fears of actually talking to people about Jesus, living out their faith day to day, and being vocal with their changes in their lives and how the Lord's working in them. Our online study a couple weeks ago was not planned in terms of timing, but the Lord had a funny way of expressing his desire for us to make us think about the direction we were headed as a young adult group into quarantine. In David Platt's words, the beauty of God's plan to reach the nations with the gospel is that it doesn't depend on programs, buildings, or professionals. If spreading the gospel depends on these things, we'll never reach the ends of the earth. We'll never have enough resources to get his mission accomplished. Before Christ came, the Jewish people were used to seeing God's presence symbolized in the temple. But with Jesus' death on the cross, the way was open for people to dwell in God's presence in any place. How would the life of your church change if suddenly there was no building? After reading this, we all kind of sat there stunned thinking, well, we actually can't meet in our building. This isn't just a concept anymore, this is what's actually happening. And our group is very social to the point of meeting several times a week in smaller groups, so this has been a big stretch for us. But the encouragement that we've been finding is that we ourselves are the church. The encouragement is that our directive is still to make disciples. We're still to be laying down our wants and desires daily, to be allowing the Spirit to fill us up and to be living that out in the small communities we are a part of still. So even though our church isn't meeting and our social calendars feel empty, I've seen them step up and realize that wherever we are, the church body is existing. They've continued to check in and have kept each other's spirits up. They've also done their best to support the people that are at the church that are in need, running groceries, errands, making sure no one's feeling like a burden. So to wrap this up, if you think of our young adults group, we'd love to be able to help in any way you need, even if it's just part of our prayer group. It's pretty active. Our focus this year has been counting the cost, and so we've come to the conclusion that in whatever situation we find ourselves in, we are to be encouragers and salt and light, no matter what others think, whether that's in times of plenty or times when we can't even see each other in person. So we know there's still work to be done, and our hope is in a future kingdom and not just a future community. So thanks for listening. Hope you've been encouraged by a portion of our church body you may not have known about, but who are still fully engaging and making a difference in their communities. So thank you. I'm just going to pray really quick. Dear Lord, thank you for today. I pray that you would continue to bless and encourage our church body as we just go through daily life right now, figuring out how that looks like, Lord. But I pray that you would just give us the courage and the direction, Lord, to speak out, Lord, that we would continue to be your hands and feet as we follow in your directions, Lord. Lay down our lives, our desires, Father, that we just follow your plan for what you have for us. We thank you for this time.